Hello everyone and welcome to the Scuffed kitchen. Today we are making Indonesian chicken soup. SOTO Ayam. Soto is traditional Indonesian soup and ayam means chicken. With that in mind, SOTO Ayam specifically refers to a variant of soto soup made with chicken as the main ingredient. Effectively, we are just making chicken soup. So, let's get started right away. The ingredients you'll need are 300 grams of chicken tenders, 30 grams of chicken stock powder, 20 grams of lemongrass, 2 or 3 kaffir lime leaves, salt to taste, 1 or 2 shallots, 3 garlic cloves, 1 knob of ginger, 30 to 40 grams macadamia nuts, 30 grams turmeric powder, 30 grams coriander powder, 10 grams white peppercorns, 100 grams of rice noodles, 1 hard-boiled egg, for the garnish a bunch of celery greens, Sambal oelek to taste, and 50 greens of bean sprouts, and finally a lime. A quick note on the nuts. If you are from Indonesia, you will probably take big offense to macadamia nuts. However, you would usually use candlenuts, but it is completely impossible getting them in Europe. Anyway, the soup consists of 3 parts: the broth, the spice paste and the toppings. First, I will prepare everything and then walk you through the steps bit by bit. Start by sharpening your knife. Then peel the shallots and then slice them into thin strips. Set them aside. Next, quarter the lime. Roughly chop the celery greens. Finally, peel the garlic and remove the wooden ends. The ginger preparation is also easy. Just use a small spoon to peel the ginger. With all the ingredients prepared, it's time to create the spice paste. You can use a blender or a food processor, but I prefer using my mortar and pestle. Add the ginger and garlic and pound them together. Do not scrape or grind, but actually pound the ingredients. Once the garlic and ginger becomes pasty, add the nuts. Followed by about half of the shallots. Turn everything into a paste and then add all the white pepper. Crush it roughly as well. And lastly, add the coriander and turmeric and let everything come together. Then set the paste aside. The remaining shallots will be fried off in a second. I chose to sprinkle them with a bit of cornstarch to make them extra crispy, but that step is completely optional. Now, let's move on to making the broth. Heat up 1 liter of water and bring it to a boil. Add the chicken stock powder, the lemongrass and the lime leaves. Give it a stir and then add all of the chicken. Bring the broth to a boil, then reduce the heat to a simmer. Now you'll have to let it cook without a lid for about 20 minutes, but do not boil it. Small bubbles like the simmering is more than enough. While that is simmering, we can finish up the shallots and spice paste. Heat up a generous dollop of vegetable oil over high heat. Once that starts shimmering, add the shallots. Keep them moving as they crisp up quite quickly. The line between perfectly crispy and burned is paper thin, so keep an eye on them. Once they turn dark brown, set them aside. Next, reduce the heat to medium-high and add the spice paste. Fry that until it becomes super fragrant and then set it aside as well. For the garnishes, peel and quarter the boiled egg. Once the broth is done, after 20 minutes, remove the chicken and turn off the heat. Shred the chicken using 2 forks and then keep it warm. To finish the broth, add the spice paste and bring everything to a boil. Then turn off the heat. This is the point where you can taste test and add more salt if needed, but in my case everything was fine. Now let's cook the rice noodles. Add some hot water to a bowl and place the noodles in it. They will be ready after 4 to 5 minutes. That's pretty much it. After that time is over, strain them. Finally, it's time to plate. Create a small assembly station like this. Start by adding the rice noodles to a deep dish. Cover them with a few ladles of the broth. Add the shredded chicken and all the other garnishes according to your preferences. To bring all the flavors together, add a scoop of the sambal. And there you have it, we're done. I gotta say, this dish truly warms my heart. It's perfect for colder days, quite simple to prepare, and it just bursts with fragrant flavors. I highly recommend giving it a try. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and while you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time!